you. Hey, welcome to Anita Life. We are talking about reclaiming your health, and we've got 100 days of this, and I'm so glad you're here. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when there's a new video. All right, today we're going to talk about toxicity and specifically what it is and how to reduce it in your environment and why you need to do it, because maybe you're asking yourself, what are the signs that your body needs to detox? Now, as usual, let's get started today with a prayer, because we would like to invite the Spirit of the Lord in with us to make these decisions. Our dear Father in heaven, we humbly come before thee this day and thank thee for the opportunity to learn and grow, that we may be able to take care of our bodies, that we will have energy and health to be able to serve thee and to fulfill our purpose here on earth. We ask that thou wilt keep us healthy, help us learn and grow to become more like thee. And this we say in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, here we go. You might be wondering what all this is going on right here. I've got a diffuser going right next to me. Helps keep me energized, helps my environment stay clear, and helps me be motivated. So let's talk about toxic load. We talked about this yesterday as far as ingestion of stuff and how to clean out the liver and the kidney and keep your skin clear. But toxic load is really the cumulative amount of toxins that an individual is exposed to on a daily basis, and how much they can handle over their lifetime before it really starts wrecking you, because your body just can't keep up. Now, we talked about food yesterday. Today we're going to talk more about the household cleaners and personal care products that also are a major contributor to our toxic load because of the presence of those harmful chemicals. Okay, let's talk first about the household cleaners. And I think that this has really been more present in the forefront lately than it used to be. But we've got, there's still an awful lot of people that are using Tide for their clothes, that are using, and I'm just calling out Tide because it's one that I used to use a lot of. Sorry, there is a fly. There are 2 flies. Gad's sakes, they weren't bugging me until I went live. Okay, so what are the chemicals that we're looking at that are found in household cleaners that are dangerous? Phthalates, that's not an easy one to say. Triclosan or triclosan. Now I'm going to touch on that one because it's in antibacterial products, which are associated with antibiotic resistance. Yeah, it's also an endocrine disruptor, and we'd never want to disrupt our endocrine system. We have ammonia, that's typically found in glass cleaners, and it's called SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a skin irritant. Okay, so those are just some of the toxins found in household cleaners. And then we also have our personal care products, which I think by far exceed the chemicals that we put into our body and onto our body, other than, what's around us. But I don't know how much you clean. So we've got parabens, which are preservatives that are hormonal disruptors formaldehyde, phthalates are also in there, and lead, and so many more. And they're really not hidden. They're out there for you to read, but those are ones that you want to pay attention to, because exposure to those chemicals that are found in the household cleaners as well as in the personal care products can have long-term consequences on health. And they include that hormone disruption. Hormones run everything in the body. They're the ones that connect and say, hey, we need more. No, we need less. And if they're disrupted, things are out of balance. You can have respiratory issues. You can have skin irritations. You can have allergies and sensitivities with breathing, including fragrances. That's one that really bugs me. Typically when I go into the children's clothes in Walmart, that's when it gets me. They also have a carcinogenic effect. We know that when you get overloaded, they're potential carcinogens, and they found that in animal studies. But also we can protect the earth by choosing different options, right? We don't need to have all of these chemicals running into the sewer and down into the water, and water pollution, because that's going to disrupt the ecosystems, harm aquatic life, accumulate in the food chain. I mean, nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be eating DDT. Is that right? Because that's what you were fed through your cows. The good news is there are safer alternatives, okay? You can look for natural and eco-friendly cleaners, products that are plant-based. You can look for, or even make homemade products, homemade alternatives using simple ingredients like vinegar, baking soda, and essential oils. Remember, doTERRA does offer a range of essential oils and products that can be used for cleaning and personal care in a safer and more natural way. They've got all the skin products that are safer to put on, to wash with, and to help get rid of the fine lines and blemishes. They have sun care. Oh, I thought I had that here. They have sun care products, so that when you are out in the sun, you are not just baking those nasty chemicals into your skin. As well as cleaners. We've got On Guard Cleaner Concentrate and On Guard products to help clean with, which is our essential oils that are plant-based, and they really provide that safe alternative. But there's also the Abode line of cleaning, and that includes dish detergent and laundry soap, hand soap, just a daily cleaner. So if none of those work for you, of course you can always use just doTERRA essential oils. Oils like lavender or the citrus oils or even tree oils can be used to clean with, or to put on as a fragrance, or to be able to clean in a fragrance, or to be able to clean your air, and like this diffuser is doing to me. Now, if you choose to not use doTERRA for reasons I wouldn't understand, because I love doTERRA, but here's some other ways that you can find reputable products. One, research brands. You need to look for companies that are upfront and prioritize safety and transparency in all of their product formulations. And you can do that by using online resources like databases or apps that provide information on product safety ratings and ingredients lists. And if none of that really floats your boat, opt for fragrance-free. Choose unscented or I'm going to say unscented because really there's a lot of marketing that goes in, and just because they say naturally scented products doesn't mean that they're natural at all. They are chemically derived, similarly scented products. Okay. So really, if you're going to go with a fragrance, then go with a doTERRA, because I super promise that they prioritize safety and transparency like no other company I know. Okay. Are there any questions? If there are, put them down in the chat and let me know what kind of laundry detergent you use. Because I am really curious I mean, I used to love Tide. I loved how it cleaned. And then my son broke out. He was like 3 years old and he broke out with a rash everywhere his shirt and clothes touched him. And we do not use Tide anymore. Now, you may be thinking, man, Anita, that just doesn't really happen. As far as, these nasty things, the hormone disruption or respiratory issues, that just really doesn't happen. Well, I've got two stories for you. One is my friend Lori, who was a registered nurse, and she had a daughter who had serious allergies, and environmental allergies, so bad that she was constantly in the doctor and had steroid treatments and all the breathing things, and she was not thriving and not doing well and was constantly sick. And her mom, of course, because she's an RN and she had all this information about, needing to live in a pretty sterile environment, and wanting her children to not have dirt and bugs around her, so she would clean, and she would do a great job cleaning, to the point that she had a nearly sterile environment except for all the toxins she was putting in her family. She had the plug-ins, and she had the air freshener sprays, and she cleaned with bleach, and she used baby powder in between the mattress pad and the sheets, and she'd poof it up, and so the baby powder would come floating through, and finally her daughter got so bad that the doctors were like, we can do no more for her, really don't even bother bringing her in, is essentially the message that she got. And then a friend introduced her to doTERRA, and all of everything with her daughter over time went away, and her daughter is now thriving and doing very well. Another friend of mine, Angela, whose daughter also had breathing and gut problems, terrible gut problems. Her doctor, they did the doctor thing, and doctors had they got to the point where the doctors were saying, we cannot help her. And she would lay down in the fetal position instead of going to school, and just lay on her bed because her stomach hurt so much. And her mom was the same way. I don't think she was quite as intense at cleaning, but she always used all of those cleaning products that threw the environmental toxins into the air. And it did, in fact, nearly kill her daughter. And when she was introduced to doTERRA for her daughter, specifically to help her daughter, and learned about the environmental toxins, she removed them. Her family is thriving, and that particular daughter is doing well. And I say this because we respond differently. Now, both of those moms have, Lori has, I think, 11 children, and Angela has 7 children, and it was only one in each family, so we all respond differently. But that doesn't mean that we're not being impacted by these toxins that we bring into our homes. So put down below your story of cleaning and toxicity, and if you've had any positive experiences with switching things out. I would like to know those stories. So put them down below and let me know. And I'm grateful that you're here. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you again tomorrow, where we're going to move on to a new topic. Love you guys. Bye.